So apparently this is possible now. That's right, our dreams are not just only memes anymore. We're now stuck on Resort with Sada and with a tower that people associate with me now, the 005 Ace. Or rather 025. For this one, it's gonna be a camo Ace because we need help with DTs, you know? So yeah, all memes aside, this combo is possible now because in the recent update, they decreased the price of the big plane by a whopping 15k. So it's now pretty affordable in Chips mode, only 85,000, although that's on medium, so on hard mode, it's closer to exactly 91.8. So yeah, let's go ahead and drop the Ace, I'd say, over here, put it on figure 8. It doesn't really matter very much where you put it, because the Spectre seeks anyways, bottom path. Not sure how hard this challenge is going to be exactly, but I guess we'll see for ourselves. So this is just one of many new 2-tower combos this update. Thanks to a lot of buffs, you know, a lot of things are now cheaper, and thus more affordable to get in Chimps mode, like Superstone, for example. For those who are out of the loop on what 2TC stands for, it's 2 Towers Chimps. Basically, beat Chimps mode, the hardest mode in this game, with only 2 towers. And it used to be a pretty notable achievement. Back when the game got released, just a bit of lore here, there was only one possible combo, Anti-Balloon plus Energizer. But nowadays, I think there's hundreds, so much that they don't keep track of it anymore. They buffed so many weaker towers that, well, a lot of them are now doable. Because Chimps mode honestly isn't that hard. At least if we're talking about the easiest maps in the game, like Logs and Resort. We're doing Resort here because Logs would probably be too much of a cakewalk. Granted, Resort probably wouldn't be that much harder anyways. And plus for a bit of meme factor too. Also for round 28 here, I believe we have to time our abilities. It shouldn't take too much. Just gotta time the abilities such that we can get all the leads on round 30. Right now we have no lead bomb power until we get Spectre. Actually no, we do have Exploding Pineapples, right. So that should probably be fine. Let's just use the Leaping Sword now. And we should be able to pop any of these 4 lead balloons eventually. See, Pineapple Ace almost got all of them. We're just gonna use the sword for the last one, because it doesn't really matter. So far, looking like it's a pretty trivial run. Yeah, as I was saying, it's kind of crazy how we've gone from just one combo when the game came out to literally hundreds. That it's no longer really a hard achievement to get anymore. Hell, even if we just look back as recently as, say, one and a half years ago, there were only 100 combos, maybe even less than that. And some of them were, well, quite an achievement to get. Some of them probably still are pretty tough to get, but again, it's not really so much of an achievement when it's labeled in the same category as something that would be really trivial to do. Like, say, let's just say, for example, Whistler Phoenix and Apache Prime. In fact, if I recall correctly, I believe I was the first to complete that combo. Granted, it was really easy to do, so again, it wasn't really much of an achievement. It was just whoever could do it first. And I guess back in the day, there weren't as many people gunning for those achievements as there are now. The game was much smaller back then. I'm sure a lot of you listening to this right now probably didn't start playing until a year ago, or maybe even less. But yeah, in all seriousness, I think I want to take some time to address the memes that have come of this ship with me and Sada. I will have you know, I've mentioned many times already that I do not have any attraction to virtual pixels. I think most, if not all people, sensibly knew that it was just a meme. But yeah, just trying to clear the air. I will have you know that I am already taken though. And plus, Sada probably likes Etienne more anyway, so I think we can put those memes to rest. Granted, I hear the SJB and Adora ship is still going pretty strong, and he has a wife, so I guess maybe not. I will say though that NK did a really good job at designing Sada, and I guess all the other heroes too, but yeah, Sada is definitely a nice, wonderful batch of pixels. And not just NK, all the wonderful artists too in this community that have made some really wonderful pieces of work and have helped propel the meme to all-time highs. But boys, I think it's time to start selling. Anyways, looks like round 49, we can afford the Spectre just in time for 49 here. Would have been tough if I didn't have it, but luckily we don't have to worry about that. And yeah, now we just save up 91.8k for the Flying Fortress, and then after that, with the extra money, we just pump and dump into Sada. Don't know if we can get it to level 20. I think you can, but I guess we'll find out in a bit. Hopefully this is an easy save up for Flying Fortress, because there's one problem I noticed with this update. Now, it shouldn't normally affect what I'm doing right here, because this is, you know, naturally something you can do in the game. But I actually do have mods enabled for this run. I normally have what you call a speed hack, in case you guys don't know. It's just a little fast forward thing here. I just use it at times to, you know, speed up the boring parts so I don't have to sit around for a long time waiting for something to happen. Like I am right now, for example. But there's one thing they changed this update, and I don't know if it was intended or not, but I actually can't retry last round. This is challenge editor here, so normally what you do if you die is that you press retry last round and it reset you on the round that you died to. But for some reason, with mods enabled, you press retry last round, it puts you back at the start. So essentially you have to beat this in one try. Now obviously I can just turn off the speed hack and attempt this challenge normally, but I want to point this out anyways because this is kind of a problem with some of the modded challenges that I do. For example, the Super Buff challenges, some of you guys might know that I drop mods like Tech Bots, Powers in the Shop, and something like the Golden Village, so I don't have to replicate True Song got buffs. And this update, well, I can't really do that anymore because it takes multiple attempts to attempt certain rounds, you know, to see how far they can seriously survive. And if I have to replace my entire defense every single round, or rather edit the challenge after every round, then yeah, that kind of makes it nearly impossible to test. Now, luckily I already recorded some of these upcoming series before the update, so that's not a problem. But this is something that will affect me moving forward, so either I'll put a hold to it, or I'll just have to play it extremely scuffed. Just letting y'all know in advance what's up. Basically, they made this update so that you actually don't progress, like, if you have mods on. So if you play a Chips map, for example, with 10x money, you won't get the medal. You won't get any progress. It's essentially a no progress save that you're playing on, which I guess as a consequence is a reason why you can no longer make saves with mods on. So NK kind of unintentionally ruined that feature for us, but hopefully in due time they do fix that problem. In fact, this is just the start of what NK is planning to work on in terms of mods. They mentioned recently that they actually do have plans to support mods officially in the game. Obviously it'll take a long time to come, but it's a slow process. And in fact, in even more important news, they even talked about upcoming features coming next update. So like, they're spoiling us ahead of time. So I will tell you next update is going to be absolutely massive. Big boy. They put it in the updated patch notes on Reddit. I'll leave a link to it in the description in case you're curious. I just don't want to spoil it right now, just in case some people don't want the element of surprise. But for those curious, then, well, you know where to go. Anyways, round 80, pretty solid. Don't know when we're going to afford this. I think we can probably hold the line, though, until we can get it. Just 30k to go. These next few rounds are pretty cash monies. Just a lot of balloons here. Don't be afraid to use Sword Charge for any of this. In fact, I don't think I could probably get away with it. This round's just fine. 20k to go. This round might require some stuff, though. Yeah, I might just use it ahead of time. Sword Charge. Oh, that was pretty useless. Hopefully we don't die to anything stupid here, because that would suck. Let's see how Fasada is against Fortified Cerams. Not bad, not bad. In fact, maybe we can do some Ace Micro just so we have the Spectre damaging the Cerams 100%. There we go. Again, the stakes are higher here because I have to black border this, otherwise I have to restart all over again from round 1. And I definitely don't want that. So let's make sure we get it on the first try. Yeah, I think after this last set of Moabs, let's use the Leaping Sword here. End it round cash, and we got it. Well, 61 bucks. Alright, money please. Thank you very much. And there it is, guys. We got the big plan. And now, we pump everything into Sada. And at least the next 6-7 rounds should be pretty trivial. In fact, doesn't Flying Fortress just solo most of the rounds? I would assume so. Granted, this is the worst cross path, but even then, this is a big plane, and thus does big damage. So we should expect to be just fine in the next upcoming rounds here. Really, the biggest problem is DDT is Flying Fortress does have DDT damage, which is good, but they are fast, and fast is a problem. Let's just see here. I think 99 is probably going to be the roughest one. See if the normal DDTs are getting this far. Then Fortified would, well, get twice as much. But again, hopefully we'll get faster Sada levels coming here. I mean, just as recently as a few months ago, I don't know if you guys know this, but Sada 1 TC was possible on this map. So you didn't even need the entire big plane. Sada would literally solo everything. So the fact that we have an extra big plane here really shouldn't make this too troublesome. Granted, obviously, she got nerfed, that's why it's no longer possible with 1 Tower Chimps Sada. But even then, she should still have a decent amount of power in here. Although, of course, for this round, she would be level 20 by now. But it's okay. Let's see how 98 is here. I'm putting on Figure Infinite just so we can target, you know, any stuff that gets on the last bend here. But wow. 98, not even close. I think for this round, I'll just use Leaping Sword. And see how the DT damage is. Don't be afraid to use Sword Charge if it looks tight. Let's see. I think we're good. 2, 1. Up. Oh, okay. That got further than I would have liked. But it's okay. Now, bad damage, I think we have enough. Just gotta spam the Leaping Sword off cooldown. And there it is, the 2 Towers combo is complete. I still don't know yet how much damage this is, because yeah, with the new bad skins, you have to get used to knowing what the damage thresholds are, the visual damage thresholds. But luckily, I don't have to worry about that too much since we popped it really early. And yeah, looks like this 2 TC is pretty trivial. The Dynamic Duo, most of the power coming from the big lane, carrying Sada as always, and GG's. So unfortunately, we could not get level 20 Sada, Goddess Sada. But either way, that is the end of the run and the end of the video. See you guys next time.